We'll do it live. We'll do it live.
Yeah, we are live. We're absolutely live. Oh my goodness.
It's been.
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I just looked over the thing real quick and laughed and chuckled at a few. This is gonna be a little funny. It's gonna be some funny stuff. It's gonna be a little fussing. But it's gonna be some funny shit too.
Yeah.
People gonna get clowned a little bit. We'll get clowned a bit. Listen, come with the territory, but
absolutely,
most of it is well deserved.
Nigga, right?
So it is what it is with that.
Bonus. Who's is that? You? Are you the one viewer?
No, I'm not even on the channel yet.
Oh, Pum.
What it is, Pum?
What it be like, bruh? Ah, goodness. Who. All right, are you the second viewer?
Yes.
Okay. Don't want to get my hopes up.
We still setting up, Palm. I mean, we basically set up already, but we gotta do the share shit. So,
people. One of my coworkers. Good morning, Betty. One of my coworkers has informed me that somehow she got unsubscribed from the YouTube channel.
How'd that happen?
Don't fucking know. She hit me yesterday. I ran into an elevator and she was like, "Yeah, somehow," because she'll pop in live every now and then, and then at work when she's like doing like tedious shit, she'll
watch the
episodes on,
right.
And she was like, "Yeah, nah, I don't.
She don't get no notifications.
Notifications, and when I went to the channel, I wasn't subscribed anymore."
That's actually a real issue on YouTube. I literally just saw maybe in the last 2 days some notification from YouTube about something like that, about people having their subscribe. And actually periodically through the course of my time on YouTube, I've seen that happen. That's why when I look at
Mike is stupid.
It might It was Randy Orton. He RKO'd someone.
Mike, do you know anything? I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more when the show starts. But Mike, do you know anything about Helium Coin? But yeah, she
she went and resubscribed. Is that what she did?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming so, because I mean, it would follow that. That's what she did. Yeah. I didn't ask that part. I was just so perplexed about the fact it ain't like we only got the little bit of subs that we got. Like, and it's not like we're an inactive channel.
Nope. But so our channel slowly grows. Remember, I told you that the last time I looked, it was at 50. It is at 88 now, and like it slowly grows. Part of our main issue is no marketing campaign. We need a marketing campaign,
right?
That's part of the issue.
Mike,
we got the product.
Mike, look it up. Participate. I can assure you that what you will find when you look it up is not just some BS, and it actually works. But I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more when we get started.
It could be both. It could be BS and still work.
I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure. I'm not following you.
Look, you're looking at BS right now.
Okay, all right.
It works.
Okay.
Just say
nope, I understand. I get it now. The proof is in the pudding.
I'm just saying, proof of concept.
No, you're right.
Oh man, listen, I absolutely fucking love having a lens that's compatible with this fucking Sony.
Word.
Seriously, like, and as an example, I guess should I wait for that to be my week?
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Hey, first of all, Napalm, you can mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it says you need to hit up Dole for.
I mean, no, he's not wrong though.
Shut up, you.
No, I'm just realistically.
Shut up, you.
Nigga want to fly in the face of
it. It doesn't make sense. That's what I don't understand. Please explain.
What don't you understand?
If you go out there to where Napalm lives at, if you'd have went out there that cookout that time, you would see at least 3 or 4 stores out there that are hollowed out and empty, but still in good condition.
Okay.
For him to be here minding my business when he could be starting a business in his own neighborhood.
No, that's irrelevant.
He could be doing that. He could be doing that.
Two things can be true.
Could he be doing that though?
Two things can be true though.
But why
that's kind of irrelevant.
Why aren't both of those things true though?
That I can't answer that
one. Why?
I can't answer that one.
Shut up, Palm. Thank you, Biddy. Bastard.
18219.
Oh, Mighty Joe Raj over there with that bull.
Okay. All right. B15.
Goddamn Gibbon. Hey, Fab. That comment you left, you know what I'm talking about?
Wait.
Thank you.
That's a fact.
Thank you.
Tim, can you bowl?
I hate bowling. You know I hate bowling. I told you that. I hate that shit.
That explains a lot.
I hate that shit.
That explains a whole lot.
I play pool, but
no, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I don't like pool.
I know.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Hate bowling.
Terrible.
So we got what time is it?
Yeah, we should
probably 6. We should probably get the show on the roll. All right. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, we're going to be fussing a little bit today, but it's going to be mixed with clowning.
little bit.
We definitely going to be doing some fussing because some stuff is deserving of that. But some of the same stuff that's deserving of that is also deserves to be clowned about. Right? I mean, it is what it is with that. Right?
I ain't going to hold you.
It's what we're going to do.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It's kind of what the show's built on. You dig?
Yeah. It's what's going to happen.
Kind of clown people, you know what I'm saying? But before we even get into any of that, I have to ask,
do you?
What was I really do. It's in the contract.
Must you ask?
It's in the contract. Contract.
Huh. Okay. Yes, you know what? I'll allow everything else. You have a limited time. I can't off the top of my head
tell how long it is. Right. I
tell you how long it'll be.
But
you have a limited time where you have immunity with me.
So what was your week like?
It was a week, my guy. You know how last week I got on here and I said that April has just been like the most ridiculous month for me financially.
Hold up. Before you even finish that statement, if you're about to use this show to announce the fact that you won the big game and we about to be out of here.
No, nigga.
Is that what you? Oh, okay.
No,
I'm just trying to figure it out.
That's funny.
You're saying this.
No, I'm trying. Okay, so funny enough, interesting, and Mike, this is what I was referring to. So, me and Fab and other people that are listening may not have any clue who they are.
Right.
Always kind of talking about progress and stuff like that. Because if you're not talking about progress with your friends, what the fuck are you actually doing with your life?
All facts.
That's always supposed to be the case. I don't care. I don't care if you plan to take over the world or take over your local block. It's something progress.
Y'all should be discussing the bag. For
yeah,
real.
in
like,
one way or another. Even
one way or another.
If you're doing it together, if you just comparing notes,
right.
Whatever the case may be, y'all
fact.
should be having these type of conversations. So one of the things that he
talked wage about, slavery.
Facts.
Escape wage slavery.
Facts. He brought this to my attention a while ago, but I didn't really have enough information, and I don't think at that particular time when he first brought it up, he had enough information. I think he was still looking into it at the time. The helium coin thing. I'm not going to go into specific details on what it is because that is a little bit longer.
Right.
So anybody that's interested, you can look into it. But I'll just say this. Put yourself in a position, whatever it is you have to do, hopefully legally, if illegally, be good at it.
Just do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do. Put yourself in a position where you can, on a random, what day was that? What day is that? Fab stupid.
Fab is dumb.
I'm trying to figure out what day was. I think that was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday. Or was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday. On a random Thursday, you could just call 3 of your closest friends to your house and just give 2 of them $600 because something that you worked on ended up working out
right
and in the way that it was supposed to work out. And so again, we don't got a whole bunch of dummies listening to us. So if you heard what I said, apply what I said.
Yeah.
And I'll just
follow suit.
But
follow suit.
But nigga, and again, that was it's April, man. I don't know. I need to do something special for April. Like, she's been very good to me.
Well, it's, April's over now, so we're in
I know.
like,
I have
window
11 months. No, I have 11 months to plan. I have 11 months to plan.
That's true.
I mean, we'll see what happens. What else happened this week? Work was work. I mean, not that this is gonna mean anything to anybody else, but some of the projects. Well, one of the funny thing is, so anybody that will recall, along with my nifty raise that I got, were new responsibilities and shit, and specifically 2 projects that I was supposed to be working on. The one that was supposed to had been done by like the end of January, and there was the other one that had a wishful thinking date of May, but a realistic date of September.
Got you.
The one since that time, the one that has the realistic date of September has made more progress than the one that was supposed to be done in January.
Damn it.
And it has nothing to do with me. That's the worst part about it. Like I said, I am not I don't have a problem shying away from accountability.
Right.
But that's the thing. Like, put me in, coach. Like, put the shit in my hands. If it's not in my hands, I cannot, like, all I can do is sit there and look at the fact that the shit isn't working. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. That's annoying. And unfortunately,
if you have a problem, if you have a problem with not being in control of things just happening to you, sir,
there's nothing you can do about
being human.
Right. It's just nothing.
Yeah.
It's a realistic
thing.
There's
some shit we just have no fucking control over.
Right. So, but I say the one that is progressing made some decent strides that I think it's possible that could actually happen. So that's absolutely amazing. So, I mean, what else? I think that might be it.
That's pretty big though. I mean,
absolutely. I'm ecstatic, but
pretty big.
Other people,
whatever.
But yeah, I think that just may be it, my good man.
Well, one of the things this week was not bad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't bad. one of the things that stood out to me the most this week is how deep into the whole stock market thing my son is.
Mm-hmm.
If you know my son, you know this is weird as fuck. This is weird as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But he really is into that and studies it and does a whole bunch of things that I don't understand at all. You know what I'm saying?
You're old. No,
well, yeah,
it's not.
the stock market. The stock market just came about in the last few years. It's
not because you're old.
I thought stock market. So you mean the stock market has been here for? That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty impressive to me. That is not. If he could just focus some of that literacy into other things financially,
right.
You know, part of that would kind of close the circle on that. You know what I'm saying? The other thing this week, so I went, and I know this is the same in Baltimore. It's been windy as fuck, ain't it?
Yo, nigga, yesterday,
yo, we've been
yesterday was ridiculous.
We woke up around 3 a.m. Internet and shit was out because the wind was so fucking crazy that it started fucking with shit. Right? If you go right now to my front,
there are trees askew.
Nigga, well, no, okay, I won't go so far as to say trees, but shit from trees. All on the porch, all on the steps, all on the walkway, all in the driveway. It's a hot mess. But even with that, these have been relatively good days, especially if you want to go out with your little camera and see if you can find some pics. And
we successfully got an 88.
Ain't that some shit?
We got an 88.
I think we're gonna burn another 80 this month.
Yeah,
sometime this week. But yeah, man. So one of the things I did is I went back to my trail around here, the Paint Branch Trail, and I went a little further and a little off the beaten path this time, right? And I'm going through, and matter of fact, I even live streamed some of it on Instagram just because fuck it. And in which case I had people telling me, yo, dude, that's my arm. In which case I was like,
hey, always say that shit, right? Hold on. Keep going.
Right. So I get to a little bit past the path that I usually walk, and I see that there is some other alternative paths further into the wooded area. So I said, well, I wonder where this goes. And I get down there, and what do I see but a bridge? And underneath that bridge
was Tombstone the Dead Man, because he is a troll. Oh, my bad.
Good one, sir. that was a good one. I went and saw all of this graffiti art under there. I thought that shit was fire, but at the time I only had my my phone with me, of course. So I went and took a few pictures of it and I shared it up on my Instagram. And you stay in my head with that, because as soon as you saw those pictures, the first thing you said was, yo, videos need to be shot there.
I mean,
they really do. And listen, it's easy to get to this place. It's not like, and it's easy to get to it. So that's something that y'all should definitely look forward to in the future. It's gonna be some content shot over there where all that graffiti art is at. When I went back the second day, though, I decided to bring her with me. My Sony camera. And man, it is once again reminding me of how much different it is to fuck with this with a lens that's compatible versus using an adapter, because all of the features are available with this lens that is not available with the adapter things. But that's crazy dope in and of itself, because there's a lot of uses for it, right? But more so than anything is the lack of the annoying way that every so often the adapter, the lens, and the body of the camera decide not to speak to each other. They don't be on speaking terms.
Right.
And I have to constantly take it off, put it back on. Did it work? No. Take it off, put it back on. Did it work? No. You know, like I know, when it comes to being out and about shooting, there are things and events that take place that you need to be ready to snap as soon as it happens, or you miss it.
Right.
I can't tell you how many times I have missed some dope shit because all of a sudden the lens stopped talking to the body. And nothing's really doing anything. Like, what the fuck? Having this inspires me to get more, lenses that are compatible with the Sony that have different focal lengths, so I can do more things. This is like a 35, something like that. Yeah, 35. So yeah.
I'm about to say, what the hell you do? God damn it. And ladies and gentlemen, he has broken it. I don't know what he did over there, but it resulted in a crash. And he knew that it was about to happen, apparently, because he put up the church finger and then he disappeared. Okay. I don't. Hold up. There we go. What did you do?
Remember we talked about the whole internet? Remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
This shit has been it's been happening. And now the wind is not even seriously bad out there, at least right now. But I guess I'm getting aftershocks. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll get aftershocks. Wait a minute. Napalm, you ate too many bananas before the podcast. See, that's why you silly. That's why you extra silly this morning. You ate way too many bananas before the podcast.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
But yeah, man, like it also makes me want to shoot more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it does. Ironically, it doesn't make me want to vlog more with this camera because it. Look at it. The screen on here is really useless for vlogging. It really is useless for it. Which means I would have to carry my external monitor, and that's a whole thing. And I'm not trying to do that.
Thanks.
But yeah, like that's my big takeaway from this week. That I definitely want to shoot more, and also reminded me of the fact that last year, while we had a spring, we didn't have a life.
That's correct.
We didn't have a life last year. You know what I'm saying? This year a little bit different.
Big Vax.
You know what I'm saying? Energy. Big Vax energy. Little different. Gonna step out a little bit more. Get some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. Get some content. But yeah, that was basically my week. Nothing super eventful. And I got to take my second shot next Saturday. So yeah.
Ooh, big man getting shots in his arm.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Let's see if I have any other side effects that you guys have. The only side effects that I want is that one you had. This nigga got this nigga got extra naps. Like, what the fuck? This nigga got extra naps.
Yo, that shit was so weird. I think that might be the only time I've ever felt like that for so long. Where like literally no matter how much I slept, it was just like, I'm up.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
Yo, no matter how long I slept. I think I was up for a total of like 4 hours that day.
Wow.
Like, total 4 hours.
Wow. Save the cheerleader, save the world. Just saying.
Oh,
just saying. Yeah. Might get some powers from out of this. But I'm not gonna be starring on no show called Heroes.
Nah.
If they do a show about my usage of the powers.
God. Yeah. Anyway.
Yo, Fab said Tomb super zombie level 5 armor need. You want to survive. Facts.
Anyway, so let's get right into it.
Some of these stories.
So
Oh, Timothy. Timothy.
Yeah.
Oh, Timothy.
Was Tim Scott right when he said America is not a racist country?
Was he?
An investigation.
Ah, yeah.
I'm a part of the liberal media. That's right. I'm all the things Fox News and the Daily Caller warns white people about. I'm a leftist who works part-time as a member of the woke mob installing our radical agenda. I've been called a Marxist, a reverse racist, and in my finest hour, a race bait. I'm proud of it all. I wear it as a badge of honor because I know there's one insult they never hurl in the roots direction. What's a liar.
Oh, my.
Fox News lies. Conservative outlets routinely make shit up to get their viewers' panties in a bunch about non-compliant Negroes. But even with our liberal, leftist, radical agenda...
Oh, stop. Hold on. That must be a Black Culture Geek shirt.
Non-compliant Negroes. Facts. That's factual. I'm not even gonna hold you. But even it's quite possible to tell the truth, be fair, and show the insanity of right-wing hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Take Tim Scott, for instance. I absolutely love how that's its own paragraph. That's telling.
Because it's a lot said there with a little bit of words.
Mm-hmm. The root and Black people in general don't hate Tim Scott for his conservatism. We all have a Tim Scott in our families. For nearly a decade, starting before he became a senator, the root has covered the GOP's lone Black senator.
Say that again.
The GOP's lone Black senator.
Uh-huh.
We have pushed for his Walter Scott Notification Act for years. We have actually interviewed him about it. And as a left-leaning but fair outlet run by Black people for Black people, we have never shied away from calling Scott out for engaging in what the fuckery. That's the literal definition of fair and balanced. So when Scott gave his response to President Joe Biden's address to Congress on Wednesday, I may have been the least stunned person in America when Tim Scott said, America is not a racist.
Oh, no, sir. Excuse me. For those of us that have been following politics for a lot of years, who have our freckles a bit too tight, we know about Tim Scott. And we were not surprised at all. We were not surprised. Continues.
My level-headed acceptance of this white splainery had nothing to do with Tim Scott being a sellout, or as he said people called him, an Uncle Tom. It was, do you know Uncle Tim is blocked?
Trending.
On Twitter.
Oh, yeah, I heard it was trending for a while and then they blocked it. Yep.
I'm fine with that because that means it worked. Yep. But anyway, it was because Tim Scott has said this before. I was unbothered because I have personally asked Tim Scott if he believes America is racist, to which he replied, I'm not a philosopher, so I don't sit back and think through these definitions as much as others
do. Need to be a philosopher to think through definitions. See, this is my issue. This is my issue with y'all. Go ahead. This is dumb shit I'm talking about right here.
There's racism in America, and I do not think we are a racist country. I don't think you understand how prepositions.
That sentence does not work.
I don't think you understand how prepositions work. But that's fine. I think there are racial outcomes in policing, even though that one's better. Even though I don't think police by and large are racist. I think that we have pockets of racism within the police departments, but I think most people who become cops do so for the right reasons.
Pockets, you say? Pockets? The damn FBI director, the one appointed by Trump himself, said, oh, listen. He got in front of Congress and said, oh, listen. Them motherfuckers are in there. Heil Hitler it up. And a lot of these, what the fuck? See, this. Calling with y'all niggas.
I just want to find a way to create a better outcome for my nephew and my cousins who are 3 and 4 years old.
You don't do that by undermining. Go ahead.
Don't have to worry about systematic, or whatever you guys call the crap that you
whatever we call it. I got you.
That you and I have to worry about. I'm far more interested in improving the outcomes of people that look like me because I was Black before I got to the Senate, and I'm going to be Black after I leave the Senate.
Arguable.
But this article is not about Tim Scott or the Root's coverage of him. This article is about what Tim Scott said. We wanted to know if there is any validity to his argument. If America is indeed not a racist country, surely there'd be a way to quantify it. So we checked. We wanted to do this objectively using quantifiable data and information, so we checked 5 categories to measure the political, social, and economic impact of racism in America. But first, we had to get one thing out of the way. What is racism? Although many would argue that some measure of power and authority is needed for a person or a country to be racist, we wanted to use the narrowest possible definition to avoid white people saying, but what about? So we used Merriam-Webster's definition. 1A, a belief that race is a fundamental determinant of human traits and capacities, and that racial differences produce an inherent superiority of a particular race. Or B, behavior or attitudes that reflect and foster this belief, racial discrimination or prejudice. 2A, the systemic oppression of a racial group to the social, economic, and political advantage of another. 2B, a political or social system founded on racism and designed to execute its principles. It is inarguable that America is a political system founded on the racist principles of slavery, the genocide of indigenous Americans, and a constitution that officially declared that a black life to be worth 60% of a white person's. But that only means that America was racist. Here are the facts. Economics. The typical Black American family is worth 10% of the average white family. Black people are more likely to be denied a mortgage or an auto loan, even when they have the same credit and employment history. A home in a Black neighborhood is worth $48,000 less than an identical home in a white neighborhood, even if both neighborhoods have the same resources, amenities, and crime rate. For 50 years, the Black unemployment rate has hovered between 2 and 2.5 times the white unemployment rate. Black men earn 87 cents for every dollar a white man earns. And if you think the pay gap is due to lack of education, Black women, the most educated demographic in America, are among the lowest paid. A Black woman with a master's degree makes roughly the same salary as a white man with an associate's degree. Even when wages are controlled for education, years of experience, occupation, and other compensable factors, Black workers earn about $2,000 less per year. A difference in salary that Jackson Groover, a data analyst at compensation data and software firm PayScale, said is likely attributable to race. In fact, according to math, I know that's a very
ass man. That's that
very scary
they don't like
word for some people.
They know like math.
According to math, the gap in median annual earnings increases with education. I'm not going to read this graph. Politics. While the United States population is made up of 60% non-Hispanic white citizens, Congress is 77% white. Every single state legislature is disproportionately white, meaning every state has a greater percentage of white lawmakers than the population they represent. 80% of sitting federal judges are white and 73% are men. People in Black neighborhoods wait, on average, 29% longer to vote than people who live in white neighborhoods. In the 2016 election, Black voters were 79% more likely than white voters to wait for more than 30 minutes before casting a ballot.
Oh, and they want that wait even longer.
Since Tim Scott took office in 2012, poll closings have disproportionately occurred in non-white precincts.
I wonder why.
Barack Obama is not only the first Black president, he was the first Black presidential nominee of a major political party, the first Black person to win a single electoral vote, and the first Black person to win a state. Yo, that's okay. In 244 years.
How many?
244. There have only been 24 Black cabinet members, and only Charles Curtis, Condoleezza Rice, Colin Powell, Barack Obama, and Kamala Harris have been in the top 5 of the presidential line of succession. Throughout the history of the country, 1,994 people have served in the Senate. Tim Scott was only the 4th Black person in American history to be elected to the Senate by popular vote. Since his election, only 3 more have been elected, meaning Black people make up 1/2 of 1% of the total number of senators.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about systemic racism. That is about power, because the people that want to keep the status quo the way it is are in the power to do so. If you see by these numbers and by all of these stats that the group that just magically happens to be on the low end of the totem pole in everything that has to do with progress and success in this country, that a community could gauge it by economics, education, blah, 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 all that other shit, you start to see a pattern. Just a little that you're kept away from the
hell
control,
you say
the levers of power, right?
Really?
And surprisingly, your community is not doing as well.
I wonder. Okay, let's keep going. Criminal justice. Black men are sentenced to 20% longer sentences than white men who committed the same crime and have the same criminal history. 7 out of every 10 suspects held in jail without bail are non-white. Bail for white suspects is on average lower than bail for Black suspects, despite the fact that white suspects are more likely to commit a crime while out on bail.
Talk your shit.
Police are 20% more likely to stop Black drivers, and Black drivers are twice as likely to be searched, even though police are more likely to find contraband on white drivers. White people use illegal drugs more often than Black Americans. White people sell more drugs than Black Americans. In every year from 1980 to 2007, Black people were arrested nationwide on drug charges at rates relative to population that were 2.8 to 5.5 times higher than white arrest rates. According to Human Rights Watch.
Leave him alone.
While white defendants are 25% more likely to have criminal charges against them reduced to a less serious crime. According to a study by Northwestern University, over their course of life, Black men are about 2.5 times more likely to be killed by police, while Black women are about 1.4 times more likely to be killed by police.
Wait a second. Damn. That's all I wanted to say.
Than are white women. I don't know why he didn't put this last. White people kill more police.
And he has a hyperlink there too, in case you
I don't know why that one wasn't last. But anyway, white people are more likely to resist arrest. Police are
There's also a hyperlink there for the thing too.
Police are least likely to use force against white people. Let's talk about education.
Wait a minute, before you continue, just real quick, for those that think that he's just in this article rattling off these things, in every single one,
it's all source.
He has hyperlinks with sources to the material.
Education. The average non-white school district receives $2,226 less dollars per student than a majority white school district. That leads me to a little anecdote. This happened to me the other day. I went with my homeboy to his mother's house. He was picking up something, and earlier in the day, I had seen one of my friends from high school, Dill Ambrose.
Wait a minute.
No, we're not doing this again.
Are you sure that's not?
Bring them up. Shut up.
Sure?
Stop. He had posted a picture of him with a snake. He had gotten it out of his neighbor's yard, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." So I went over my homeboy's mother's house, and her boyfriend is talking about this snake, and I'm like, "Hold up." And then he was like, yeah, Dill came and got it. I'm like, oh, wait, I know Dill. I went to high school with Dill. So Dill has a brother, Jordan. Jordan was in my grade. Dill was in a grade higher than me, but Jordan has a twin. So I was explaining to my homeboy that I don't know, I've never met the twin personally. And that I
How
don't
do you
know. That's funny. That's the second question. That's the second question. I don't know if that's funny, Mike.
That's funny, Mike.
I don't know if they're fraternal twins or maternal twins. I don't know if they look exactly alike, because I've never seen the other one. And my friend was like, wait, if y'all went to high school together, why don't you know the other twin? Didn't y'all go to the same
why
high
wouldn't they
school?
be in the same high school?
Right. And I'm like, well, no, because I don't like to toot my own horn, but I didn't go to a regional high school because I live in Baltimore City.
Where did you go?
I live in Baltimore City, so I don't like talking about it. I didn't live. No, I went to city. In Baltimore City, and he grew up in well, not grew up. He's from New York, but he spent a decent part of his younger years in Columbia.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, but Columbia doesn't have a bunch of something about schools and blah, blah, blah. Oh, magnet schools or whatever the case may be. And I was like, bruh, you just compared Howard County to Baltimore City. Schools are funded by property taxes.
Facts.
Columbia don't need a bunch of special schools.
No, they don't.
No. That's not really how that works. They don't. All their schools are special compared to our schools here.
Just to prove your point, to bolster your point, even more than that. So my kids went to Fort Meade.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I walked into Fort Meade, you know what thought crossed my mind? This is Sweet Valley High. Right. Why? Because I went to school in Murray E. Rodman, Wind Falls Park, and Edmondson West Side.
Mm-hmm.
I come to find out later that they actually in that area actually consider them not good schools. I can't tell.
Right.
I can't tell.
Facts. So that just fit in here. Anyway, on average, the richest black school district is better funded than On average, the richest black school district is better funded than the poorest white school district. Non-white schools are less likely to offer advanced level academic courses than white schools, regardless of income. Black children are punished more often and receive harsher punishments than white kids, regardless of the type of disciplinary action, level of school poverty, or type of public school attended.
Yes,
Black girls are disciplined more harshly over dress codes and hair policies. Black girls are 7 times more likely to be suspended from school and 4 times more likely to be arrested at school compared to white girls, according to a study by Black Girls Matter. Social issues. Black children born in the bottom fifth of income earners have about a 2.5% chance of reaching the top fifth of the income bracket. White children, by contrast, have a 10.6% chance. For 99% of the neighborhoods in the United States, Black men earn less as adults than white men who grew up in comparable neighborhoods with comparable families. Black children who grew up in 2-parent homes do worse economically than white children who grew up in poor single-parent homes. Blacks have less access to clean water and air. The typical white person lives in a neighborhood that is 75% white and 8% Black, and the typical Black person's neighborhood is 45% African American. The U.S. Partnership on Mobility and Poverty reports. According to Dr. Daryl J. Gaskin, Deputy Director of the Hopkins Center for Health Disparities Solutions at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, 25.6% of African Americans lived in healthcare deserts, zip codes with few or no primary care physicians, compared to 13.2% of whites. 12% of non-elderly Black people are uninsured, compared to 7.8% of white Americans. Now, before I read the conclusion of this article, some people might hear these numbers and might want to cherry pick one or two of them and say, well, that's just standard deviation.
Oh, no, it won't be some. Because status quo gonna status quo.
Right.
You know?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about these potentially being standard deviations. Guess what? I will agree with you that some of them may be. Here's the thing, though. What these numbers are telling you is that there is a problem, regardless of which way you want to go. Now, if you want to go to quote unquote best case scenario for the argument, it is that the system is actively stopping Black people from succeeding. But if you
I think that's only true in some of the cases.
But wait. If you want to go worst case scenario, what these numbers are telling you is that there is a segment of our population that needs help and is not getting it.
And why aren't you concerned? Even if you want to try to frame this in as non-racial terms as you possibly can, because you want to ignore that element of it. Why aren't you that as concerned about that segment of the population that you say we are the same, right? Why aren't you that concerned about that? Because part of you not being concerned about that actually proves the point.
Right.
It actually proves the point.
Yep. So, to his conclusion, now Tim Scott would tell you that these are unequal outcomes. He would say that racism is something else, then define it so narrowly that evidence of racism requires a burning cross and DNA
That's what they do.
That spell out the N-word. But I invite you to scroll up and look at the definition of racism, or better yet, pull out your own dictionary. How does this not describe the systemic oppression of a racial group to the social, economic, and political advantage of another? This is the textbook definition of a political or social system designed to execute the principles of racism. The only way anyone could deny these disparities were due to racism is if they believed that all the non-white people in history were resistant to hard work, were dumber, were more violent, or more succinctly, that race is the fundamental determinant of human traits and capacities. Your conservative fave would still call me a race baiter by pointing out all of these statistics. They would say that this is not evidence of racism.
Yep.
They just dispute my agenda.
Yep.
They'd ask, what about what the Democrats did in 1838? They talk about Lincoln and the 1994 crime bill, or whether or not I love Jesus. They never engage in an honest discussion of the facts and data because they are liars, because they are racist. But in the spirit of fairness, I must admit one thing. They're American as fuck.
So one of the things I think, and this was a well put together article, one of the things I think becomes the obstacle, it's a couple of things, but this is the one in general, is what tends to get argued for is intention.
Yeah.
You see, the argument a lot of times they try to make is, okay, these things may or may not be happening. No, they're happening. We have statistics to back it up, right?
Yeah.
But they'll say, but that's not the intention. It's just happenstance and things need to be improved, but it's not that, because over the years, right? And you can thank Hollywood for this too. Over the years, they have painted a picture of the virulent racist in all of these period piece movies and stuff, much in the same way as they have boosted the PR of police officers over the years by making them heroes in all these movies and TV shows and shit like that. Same thing with that. When they do a period piece during the fucking 50s, 40s, 30s, whatever, that has to do anything to do with the Black experience in this country, they paint the racist whites in a certain box and say, this is what a racist white person looks like. That has been one of the biggest obstacles to getting people to acknowledge that racism is not just thing you can put in a box and say it has to be these four-sided things here, or it's not racism. We're going to call it something else. No one wants to look like at least publicly, that their intentions are to discriminate because of the way they painted the white folks back then that were discriminating. That's number one. Number two, people have this annoying habit of
living.
Living. Yeah, that's the first thing. But anthropomorphizing systems. They'll say, no, the country isn't racist. People, there may be some people. What is a country? Not a collection of people. You fucking Nimrod. You fucking Nimrod. It's like they'll say, this is the same issue we have in politics with the government, right? I have the hardest time trying to explain to people that the government isn't some entity out there that's disconnected from everything. The government is a group of people that were born, raised, educated, and all of that stuff in the same country you were. So whatever outcomes you see happening up there, whatever selfishness, whatever corruption, all of that shit comes from you. They want to make that separation because they don't want the finger pointed at the country because of one thing and one thing only: propaganda. And it works. They got y'all running around here doing cartwheels, backflips on each other's shoulders with pom-poms that are red, white, and blue going, America, fuck yeah. And you're so busy doing that shit, you have chosen to eliminate from your brain, and really from history a lot of the times, any of the negative shit that happened as a result of the United States. You want to treat this country and the things that happen here like that little old lady on the highway that's driving too slow and fucking up, and nothing happens to her, but behind her is a 50-car pileup, and say, well, she ain't mean to, she old, as if that wasn't the intent. It's not the same thing. That old lady didn't intend that. She's just doing what old ladies do. All the things that happened here was intentional. Every single one of it. They intentionally slaughtered the Native Americans. They intentionally enslaved Africans. They intentionally discriminated against them for centuries. They intentionally kept people that look like me from owning property in certain neighborhoods. They intentionally did this and codified it through law. This is not an accident. This is not a camera trick, because people control systems. People create them and they control them. The shit is, and then at a certain point, stuff gets on automatic. So the people that work in a lot of these bureaucracies that had a lot to do with this shit, they may not feel any negative thing towards Black people, Native Americans, Asians, possible. But they work in a system that's on automatic now.
Yep.
And it is hard as fuck. Y'all know as well as I do. It is hard as fuck, especially in this country, for change to happen, because people get so accustomed to the way things are, they cease to have the imagination about how things could be and whether things should be the way they are.
Yeah.
That's why we stuck where we stuck at. And that's why when a guy like Tim Scott gets up there and basically undermines his own point by, one, being the only Black Republican senator, two, by talking about examples of all the racism he had to deal with in his life, undermines his point about how this is not a racist country. He only does that for one reason only. So some crusty, old descendants of slave masters and slave catchers can somehow absolve themselves from the system their grandfathers and their grandfathers created. And as long as you keep trying to do that and just can't acknowledge the fact that they fucked up, they fucked up and they fucked people over, the assumption is always going to be that you cool with it. Just saying.
I mean,
just
you gotta throw your hands up with that one.
Like, I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? Is you cool with it? Because if you cool with it, if everything's cool, you can't be cool with me. You can't be cool with mine, because what those numbers don't really show is the cost and casualty and human cost. Like whole life, whole generations in poverty. People dying before the actual average median lifespan because of a lack of access to medicine, poor foods. There's a whole bunch of shit there that's not in the numbers that you actually have to have some sort of empathy and human experience to decipher. Those aren't just numbers. Those are real fucking lives.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of the disconnect is. They look at the numbers and they want to dispute numbers and they want to do this. They don't think about the lives that those numbers represent. And you don't think about, it's so funny because one of the things I heard the last fucking 4 years, and even prior to that with the whole Tea Party thing, you got to be really kind and speak nice to them and value their opinions or you'll radicalize them. As if what's happening to us isn't radicalizing us. I am way more radicalized now than I ever was. But nobody cares because we make up between 11 to 14% of the population. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nobody cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't have any solutions for none of this shit because I don't have a solution to the human equation. I don't. Y'all going to be what the fuck y'all going to be. So all I can deal with really is personal solutions. You know
I've been to the mountains. I've seen what's over the horizon, and I promise you, I won't get there with you.
I'm moving to Belize.
Hey, listen.
I can't with y'all. I can't. Like there is literally very little will to change these things because the pushback against doing so is a pushback from a community that's been in power for years. So it's like, we gonna fuss, we gonna argue, we gonna go back and forth with the stats and the numbers.
Years is an understatement.
I really did undersell that, didn't I? I really did understand. So we gonna keep going back and forth with the numbers. We gonna they're gonna argue it. One party gonna get in office and say they're gonna do this. They don't do maybe 10% of what they said they was going to do, but they do something. Then the next party, they're going to put them in there because the people that's pissed because they think it's a zero-sum game where if we get something, they lose something, get mad at them, kick them out, put the party in that wants to turn everything back to the way it was before. And it's that constant push and pull. I'm sick of it. You younger motherfuckers, y'all got the energy to deal with that. I don't have the energy to deal with it anymore. I am 5,200 years old at this point. I don't have the energy to deal with it no more. I don't. So a lot of my rage, frustration, apathy at this point will be poured out on the show until I fucking leave. Until I leave.
I can't really be upset about any of that.
Just saying.
It just is what it is at this point.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna help. What did we say before on the show on numerous times? We're gonna help while we here.
Hey,
we're gonna help while we here. And then
that's all I can really promise
you. Better figure something out. Yeah.
It's what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah. All right. So enough of this guy.
Yeah. Fuck. We forgot to say that. Fuck Tim Scott. The Black Culture Geeks say fuck Tim Scott. Spell that geeks with a Z, nigga.
Oh God.
Out of here. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0.
You're stupid. You're so dumb. Why must you be such an idiot? All right, so let's talk about this shit. So, LL Cool J, not feeling forefather of pop rap title, And he says, "What the fuck you talking about?"
You talking about Willis?
James, my guy. LL Cool J exploded on the scene in the early 1980s, rocking a dookie gold chain, Kango bucket hat, and matching Fila jumpsuit. Songs such as I'm Bad, Radio, and Mama Said Knock You Out eventually made the Def Jam Recordings legend a household name before television solidified his reputation as a versatile powerhouse he is today. But somewhere along the line, the pioneering MC was labeled the forefather of pop rap, which he apparently doesn't understand.
Okay. We're going to do that.
On Monday, April 12th, LL Cool J had a fair question for his 5 million Twitter followers. Me being called the forefather of pop rap is very confusing. What the fuck are y'all talking about? LOL.
So we're going to do, so we're really doing this, James.
I mean,
really doing this. Okay.
Right. That James.
Yeah, not you. That James.
LL Cool J. Because before I even continue, here's the thing. More than one thing can be true at the same time. But anyway, LL Cool J might have a difficult time escaping a correlation. According to AllMusic, pop rap got its start in the late 80s when artists such as Run DMC, LL Cool J, and the Beastie Boys began their mainstream crossover. Then Tone Loc, Young MC, and DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince recorded singles emphasizing their good-humored storytelling abilities to massive chart success. The Grammy Award-winning artist released one of the first hip-hop love songs in 1987 called I Need Love.
Bad taste in my mouth.
From his Bigger and Deffer album. The song could quite possibly be considered the first of its kind. Rather than the bravado he flexed in Mama Said Knock You Out and I'm Bad, Mr. Ladies Love Cool James revealed a softer, more emotional side, something not exactly embraced in hip-hop at the time. I am not. I
did not embrace that shit. No.
I am not reading the lyrics to the song.
I was mad as shit when that song.
What is this? Although LL Cool J doesn't agree with the assessment, he's influenced a roster of artists to follow in his footsteps. Drake, who has taken the pop rap formula and ran with it, is often credited with bringing a more emotive side to rap with his R&B tinged tracks, which likely couldn't have been done successfully unless LL Cool J did it first. LL Cool J is one of a handful of Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees this year, his sixth time being nominated for the honor. Former Def Jam CEO Leo Cohen made his case for LL's long overdue induction in an op-ed earlier this month. Check out some of the reactions to LL Cool J's forefather of rap tweet below. That's funny. Some of these I can't. Yeah, some of these I can't really.
We doing that, James. So before you do that, I just got to get some definition straight.
Yo, people are. Hold on, yo. Wait, before we do this, people are dumb.
People are dumb.
People are dumb. People are agreeing with them because they don't understand.
I'm looking at some of this shit going, you really are this? And then I thought about all the shit we just previously talked about and was like, yeah, you really are this.
Yo, what the fuck? So you don't. Let me read. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, because y'all aren't seeing what we're seeing. But a lot of these are videos and memes, so I can't really relay them. But let me relay this one to express to you how fucking dumb people are being about this. He says, sorry, let me read his LL tweet again. Me being called the forefather. Let me start again. Me being called the forefather. Let me start one more time. Me being called the forefather of pop rap is very confusing. What the fuck are you talking about? The response. Sorry, if there was a such thing, that would be Will and Jazzy Jeff. You were the first. Let me read that again. You were the first. Let me read this one more time. You were the first to make a love song about rapping, though. Let me do something real quick. I need to find a dictionary, apparently. Let's go with Merriam. Merriam-Webster. Forefather. Maybe I'm wrong. Stop. ancestor since A. One from whom a person is descended and who is usually more remote in the line of descent than a grandparent. A progenitor. Forerunner prototype. Maybe 4. Maybe that's where they're getting tripped up, because I think they know what father means.
No. What they getting tripped? I'm gonna tell you what they're getting tripped up on, because
something that occupies a front position.
Yeah. But I don't think that's what they're confused about. They're confused about the pop shit, because they don't know what pop means. They don't know what pop means.
But wait.
Popular music. Dumb motherfuckers.
Prior in order of occurrence, because apparently first wasn't enough. Prior in order of occurrence.
Yeah.
Earlier, beforehand, occurring earlier, situated at the front part of something. For you to say forefather, and then the response to be, no, that's Will and Jeff, but you did do it first.
You came out before, you dumb mother. Listen.
Yo, people are idiots.
So we're gonna sit here and I saw one of the comments said, "Woo, these children." Guarantee you, I'm older than you. Guarantee that. I was there. I was an LL Cool J fan. I was there through all his stages. When he first came out, yes, he was doing what was considered hardcore rap at the time. Y'all sitting here with a straight face trying to act like he didn't make a transformation like a motherfucker.
Right.
Is the craziest thing. I need an around the way. Y'all motherfuckers is real stupid right now.
Even to his later stuff. Headsprung is not pop rap?
My nigga, Pink Cookies.
They call me Big Ellie. No, the fuck they don't.
Yo, Pink Cookies in a plastic bag.
I don't
getting crushed by Bill. Fuck out of here.
Yo, he did a song with Jennifer Lopez.
Didn't you just say earlier when this whole thing started that it is possible to be for two things?
Two things can be true.
He started out. What's up, Ken? He started out with the hardcore for that time. Once he did the I Need Love shit, the record companies said, yo, there's a whole other audience that's fucking with this. You need to do more of that. All of us, even people that aren't that familiar with the record company, knows what record companies do when they find a winning formula.
Absolutely.
And he took advantage of it until he couldn't anymore.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
He did what he did.
But it is what it is.
Yes. And also, you can't go by old knucklehead, ashy knuckle niggas like me back in that era. Because we're going to tell you, yes, we did not fuck with that. But there was a whole bunch of people that did.
Oh, massive hits.
Which means it was, say it with me, y'all, popular. Fuck, y'all dumb as shit. This is the worst. I'm gonna tell you what the worst shit is. Dumb motherfuckers calling other people dumb. Dumb motherfuckers thinking, I'm so smart. 2 + 2 is 60. You stupid kids. Y'all just don't real. Nigga, half of them wasn't there for it. Half of them came on the ass end of his shit, or
but that's not even necessary. You didn't even have to have been. I was born mere months after I Need Love came out.
Right.
I'm still aware.
Right. No, you don't. No. You can't do that, James. You can't do that, SPJ. You cannot be aware of shit that took place before you were born. That goes against your generational priorities. You are not allowed to realize that there was a world and people in it doing things before you was born.
I don't understand. I don't get it. I need assistance. I need assistance. I need an adult.
No,
I need an adult.
No,
where the fuck?
You in trouble. Because it ain't a damn well on this show right now.
No.
You in trouble.
What is going on? I don't understand.
People are fucking numb.
I get why LL would have an issue with this.
Yeah, it's the negative connotation that comes with pop rap.
I get that. But these dumbass minions
Is this what you don't get to do, L?
Ellie, Big Ellie.
Big L. This is what you don't get to do, medium size L, right? What you don't get to do is give us tons of that soft, musty, dusty, weak.
To be fair, I like those songs. At least when
there's a lot of people that like them songs.
Yeah.
I'm not telling them not to, but you can't give us that and then only want us to judge you on when you was doing the hard shit. That's crazy. You know what I chose not to do, yo? For specific reasons. I chose to use the vast majority of my discography to be boom bap.
Right.
I made a choice to do that, a conscious choice to do that because I wanted to be known as a boom bap rapper. And I didn't want there to be any ambiguity about that. I love the boom bap. That's what gets me excited and inspired, right? And I made a specific, when I had producers trying to throw trap beats at me. I had a fan one time come on my YouTube channel and say, did you think that maybe you could put some of the same content on No! I'm specifically not doing that because I have always wanted to be known as a boom bap rapper. You absolutely had a choice in the tracks that you decided to do. You could have bucked the system. You were big as a motherfucker at that time. You could have literally told the rec companies, go fuck yourself. If you don't want all this thugnificence, I'll take it to another company. See what they take. But you made the choice to get out there singing and doing the hip hop dances. I need around the way. You did that.
That's a fact.
You did that. So now you can't sit up there and try to isolate the window of time where you was LL Cool J is hard as nah, B. No. Even when you had albums that clearly had hard stuff on there, you still at a certain point mixed it up. You did the formula. Here's my pop single for the radio to get the girls on me. Watch me flex. Look at my abs. It's a 6-pack, baby. That was you. What? Hold up. Is this you? The same nigga that was coming out there with no shirt on and all the award shows performing? Is this you? That was licking your top lip and all that? Is this you? Is this you? Am I talking to the same guy? Stop, man. Y'all not, what we not going to do is play pretend right now. We ain't doing that. LL Cool J and Napalm can't stand his ass. But LL Cool J will always hold a certain place in my hip hop timeline because when he first came out, there wasn't even a lot of solo rappers. When he first came out, he right in the mouth, talking shit. I appreciated that.
And he went back to that every now and then.
And every now and then he went back to his roots with that. But you're not gonna sit here and pretend that I wasn't the guy looking at the video I Need Love horrified. Like, what has he unleashed?
Oh my God.
And I have dealt with the repercussions of that bullshit.
Okay. All right. We're not gonna go that goddamn far, goddamn.
I'm just saying, you're not gonna sit here and try to act like that didn't happen. You're not gaslighting this shit, yo. No, B, you did that.
Okay, all right, we get it.
Fuck out of here with that. I want to hear that. Is this you? Pink cookies in a plastic bag. That's you? Nah, B. You a legend. We're gonna give you that. Nobody can take that. You are a fucking legend. You introduced things into, because I remember niggas started rapping like L after L first came out. He was one of them guys that when he came out, he changed the landscape on how artists rapped, like Rakim did when he came out. But what we not gonna do, I'm gonna give you your props for that. But what we not gonna do is act like you ain't do that other syrupy sweet bullshit too. Yes, you did, and a lot of people liked it, and it became popular, thus being labeled pop rap. Nigga. The fuck out of here.
I just don't under.
And you were doing it, and you were doing it before a nigga. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah. I just
no.
Matter of fact, let me do something. Allow me to peruse some information. Some receipts, if you will.
Fuck out of here.
Because I am interested. I don't know the answer to this question, and I'm interested in seeing.
Didn't Cannabis tell that nigga 70% of his audience has high heels? Listen.
Yeah, I mean,
you were rapping for the women. You were rapping for the women at a certain point, and there's nothing wrong with you doing that. That's your career. You make that choice.
You did.
You don't get to sit here and deny it. Yeah, you don't.
That's what you did, but you did it.
Right.
Like we're not going to act like that's not a real thing. All right. So I'm about to look at his singles. I wish I could sort this by success, but all right. So I need a beat. I can't live without my radio. Rock the Bells. I can give you more.
I can give you more. more hard bars, right? That's what you're talking about, right?
I don't believe so. You'll rock. I'm bad. I need love.
No.
Go cut, creator, go.
Dope.
Going back to Cali.
Dope.
I'm that type of guy.
I like that. That I'm that type of guy shit was so fucking sleazy. It was sleazy as shit.
I mean, things exist. Big old butt. One shot at love.
That way you just looked at.
No, I'm just. No, that wasn't.
I listened. I saw what I saw.
Hey, jingling baby, to the break of dawn, the booming system, around the way girl. Mama said knock you out. Around the girl remix, way girl remix. 6 minutes of pleasure. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? Strictly business. How I'm coming. Backseat of my Jeep. Pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by buildings. Stand by your man. Hey lover.
Hey lover. Hey.
Yeah. Doing it.
And doing it well.
Lounging. With Total. Ain't nobody. Hit 'em high. Phenomenon. 4, 3, 2, 1. Father. Hot. Zoom. Deepest blues. Imagine that. You and Me. Featuring Kelly Price. You and Me. Featuring Kelly Price. Shut 'em down. Love You Better. Love You Better. Paradise. Amazing. Headsprung. Hush. Control Myself. His first single with J-Lo.
That is certainly not his only one.
I mean, Freeze. Cry. Featuring Lil Mo. Baby. Featuring The Dream. Let me see. I'm not going no further.
Yeah,
the point that I'm making is.
What is the point you're making?
I made my point.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah,
you kind of.
Listen, I don't understand. Let me look. Wait. U.S. dance charts.
Whoa, man! Listen,
I Need Love. Number 1.
Nobody was dancing to that.
Around the Way Girl. Number 5.
They was dancing to that.
Hey Lover. Number 3. Doing It. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Hey Lover. Number 3. Doing It. Number 7. Lounging. Number 3. Love You Better. Number 1. Do they have? Oh, they don't have the pop charts on here. Hold up. Gotta find that because Cool J pop charts.
They bought tune with the Tyrone Bigham scratch. Ah! Yo, I just want people to stop lying to everybody.
LL Cool J pop charts. Baby, the one with the dream. Control Myself, Jennifer Lopez, Backseat of My Jeep.
Napalm says LL Cool J should just be known as Now and Later because he started off hard and later got super.
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
Yeah, you bugging, L.
He's bugging, yo. He really is. He's really bugging.
It's we have proof.
Yo, know the thing that's crazy about him making that statement? His shit is right there on the charts.
Well, it's evident. It's evident.
It's documented.
Yeah.
And listen, if you did that shit before almost anybody else, they're gonna call you the forefather of pop rap.
I don't understand.
You came before
is your argument that you're DMX? Like right. I don't really understand. I get why he would have an issue with.
No, I get his aversion to it. I get
but I don't understand. But but I don't understand.
Where was your disputing it? Where was your aversion to that shit when you was doing it?
Right.
Where was your aversion to it then when you were saying, "No, man, listen, my credibility. I have a certain theme that I'm not out in these streets doing." Where was that then? Where?
You be doing the things.
Why did we know your girlfriend's name?
Mr. Todd.
Stop. Why we know your girlfriend's name? What was the purpose? What was the purpose of that? What was the purpose of us knowing about Simone? Seriously, what was the purpose of that? Because you were cultivating an image at a certain point. You were cultivating an image, and it's not the DMX.
No,
it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
All right. I'm done.
Stop it, Todd. Stop it.
Yeah, I'm done with you. I can no longer put up with your foolishness. I absolutely refuse.
Man, go back to Law and Order, whatever you was.
I'm fairly certain that's not right.
It's not right. I know he was doing some procedural cop shit. I don't know.
Yes. Was it? It might have been.
It's a lot of Law and Orders, a lot of different, branches they had that came out of Law and Order. I thought it was Law and Order.
Yeah, Palm, that's kind of the worst part about it. It is in his name. Like,
yeah.
You literally, whatever. King Crooked, a.k.a. FKA, Crooked Eye, says Dr. Dre doesn't need ghostwriters, despite Eminem writing fire verses.
Yeah, I actually heard Crooked say that in a interview. He was in, I think, was Math? He's talking to Math? I don't remember, but yeah, like he said that before.
I didn't see that one. CSI, that's what it is.
CSI, all right.
Yeah. King Crooked is like the gatekeeper to some of hip-hop's most elusive figures, including Eminem and Dr. Dre. While promoting Music to Be Murdered By last year, Eminem didn't do much press, but he spoke to Crooked. Now the former Slaughterhouse MC is shedding some light on Dr. Dre's writing prowess and in the process dispelling some of these ongoing ghostwriting allegations. On April 13, someone tweeted to King Crooked, Dre's never written a verse ever though, right? He's got the holy grail of ghostwriters. I'd imagine Eminem's worst verse isn't better than Dre because he literally handpicks the best writers and best verses. Not a knock on M, but Dre is like a collective rapper GOAT. LOL. Crooked replied, Dre writes too, but yeah, he has writers. I mean, M has written him some fire. When pressed for examples, Crooked added the following morning, last time I was in the lab with him, he wrote his own verse, different cadences, punchlines, etc. It's almost preposterous to assume Dr. Dre has never written a verse in his entire life. Yeah, I think it's kind of crazy. He's been pumping out classics since his NWA days and 1992 solo debut, The Chronic. Most recently, a leaked verse from an upcoming King Crooked collaboration was shared online and found Dr. Dre rapping about some intensely personal topics, namely his messy divorce from Nicole Young and trip to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center following a reported brain aneurysm. Here are the lyrics. Bitch trying to kill me with them lies and that perjury. I see you trying to fuck me while I'm in surgery. And I see you deathbed on some money shit. Greedy bitch, take a pic. Girl, you know how money get. You know we don't tolerate that nonsense by any means. Get your hand up out my pocket. This life is private, just like the pilot. It's been decided. This is Poseidon. Okay. I mean, those were bars.
Yeah, I gotta hear it on the beat because
absolutely
not really
right.
But that absolutely. But he still wrote them.
He wrote it. I mean, hey, if they say he wrote it, he wrote it. While ghostwriting is still often frowned upon in the hip hop world, it's a practice that's widely used among even the most revered rappers. Eminem has penned lyrics for Dre on songs such as 99's "Forgot About Dre" and "Guilty Conscience."
Know that stigma is not the same with producers getting ghostwriters as it is.
No, it's a little. Yeah, it's not the same thing. Yeah, it's not. Whoever is while the lauded Beatsmith has produced tracks for Slim Shady, like My Name Is. Whoever is writing what. It's clear their collaborative relationship has always been a winning combination. Right. Okay, that's the end of the article. Yeah, see, I don't know if he's playing semantics or not.
Well, no, I think it is a bit of semantics because he can.
Because the idea is to say that Drake can write. Okay, fine.
But we're talking about his hits. Did he write?
Right.
Hits? That's basically what people are saying.
That's what I'm at. That's what I'm asking. I don't give a fuck about track 47 that never made the light of day.
Right.
I don't care about
something he had tucked away in a fucking rhyme book somewhere.
Yeah, I don't care about track number 9 on the album, guest verse number 9 on somebody's album that wasn't a single and nobody's ever heard. No, I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about a cohesive, well thought out verse that slaps. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't know if he's
been a little disingenuous.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
Disingenuous with that.
Because to say that,
I don't think none of us assumed that Dre has never attempted to
ever wrote anything.
Come on, no. I don't think nobody assumed that. I don't think that's
nobody's making that argument. I don't believe.
No.
Like, no. I mean, I understand that people sometimes use absolutes when they don't mean to, but it's for hyperbole. It's purposely done. Like,
right.
In those cases, like Dre's never wrote in a verse. Ha 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 ha. Like, yeah, okay, we understand it doesn't mean literally never. He's probably written he probably has a book of rhymes somewhere.
Right.
But have they made it to the charts? I don't
think so.
You can't convince me.
I mean, you got to show me.
Here's the thing.
Something, because
when you tell me, like Palm says, when you tell me that Cube was the main writer for NWA,
right,
and you tell me that Dre's hits with Eminem wrote, I would assume that Snoop wrote.
Not only did Dre have Ice Cube writing, Snoop writing, fucking Eminem
DOC.
Writing. He had the DOC writing. DOC is the one that wrote Express Yourself.
Yeah.
No, I'm bad. My bad. Ice Cube wrote Express Yourself. DOC wrote stuff that was on the Chronic.
Yeah.
So we not going point for me the hit.
That's what I need to know.
Because that's what people are generally. Yes, I know. If you want to play words, you need Rakim wrote shit for him too. But if you want to play the game about phrases and words, you mean yes, but read the room.
Right.
What people are actually talking about is his hit shit that we know that we heard. He's been around rappers too long and been doing music too long to have not wrote a rap.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's literally, come on. Like the article said, it's preposterous to think that he's never written down, he's never put
words that rhyme.
Yeah, come on now.
He's done that.
And the argument that, this is personal, you realize that people can talk. Like I can, if prime example, my first musical project, I took a picture of myself and had an idea of what I wanted the cover to do. Right. You think I animated that cover? No, I did not. No. I did not. I took a picture of myself and I gave the artist that did it the blueprint of what I wanted and left a certain amount of that up to her.
Right.
The same way is if I had some crazy shit happen to me in my life and I couldn't write it in a way that I thought was amazing, I would go to a writer. Yeah. People do it with books all the time. They go find a writer, they tell the writer the events and the things, and the writer puts it together.
Right. Here's the thing about with the hip hop and the ghostwriting thing. So largely because hip hop was started out as a street culture. It was a street culture. Of course, you had regular everyday people who maybe didn't even rap, but they were like closely connected to how rappers, other writers feel about other people writing some bars you said, because it's a street thing. As rap got further away from the street and became more corporate or whatever, the audience and that connection separated. I would argue the audience does not give a flying fuck if someone wrote your raps. If they like the song, they like the song.
Yeah,
it hasn't always been that way. Back in the day when rap was closer to the street level, yes, you had people that didn't rap that would look at you and go, "Nigga, someone else wrote your shit." It's not like that anymore, right? So what we're having, the conversation we're having is with Dre. Dre comes back from that era, right? So when somebody says that about him, he sees it as this is a someone seeking to discredit,
right?
So he's going to respond like it was an insult, because for him, it is like you trying to detract from my talent. But B, we never thought that you wrote any of those hits. We never thought that. We never thought that. So you have a right to feel about what they said the way you feel, but just know the rest of us never thought you wrote any of that, and we didn't penalize you for it because you are a producer.
I'm fairly certain that a lot of these have been confirmed. Like, like you and LL are just on some bullshit, my guy.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like,
we never penalized Dre for not writing his hits. Ever. No. Nobody ever. We He's a producer.
Because he puts the songs together.
Yeah, like he's a producer. Like this is my thing. This is the thing that bothers me. This is what gets my goat, right? If you did nothing, and then get the credit for it, then I'm gonna look at you like, look, you did nothing. This is the reason. This is the reason why our guys that don't really rap well, and their producer probably raps better than them, and they get on the track and the beat is fire, but they are not, and the song goes because of the beat and because of the hook. And a lot of the times, these rappers ain't even writing their own hooks. So if you're not a good rapper, you're not giving me good verses. The beat sold this. The beat sold this, and the chorus sold this for you. I always tell producers, you might as well rap on that shit yourself. Yeah, like fire your rapper, fire him.
I can't argue with that one.
Fire him. Do it yourself and promote your whole shit like an artist that produces and raps. And fire your rapper, yo.
Yo, but here's the thing. Those verses be hard. Those Dre verses be hard.
Yeah,
like they do.
They giving him.
They be hard.
Yo, they giving him that work.
Here's the other thing. I would never put up an argument if you told me that Dre arranged the raps.
I wouldn't argue that either.
No. He is a real, like, he's a producer's producer.
Yeah,
like,
he's not just a beat maker.
No, he puts the shit together.
Yeah.
Completely. He puts the puzzle together in the way that it needs to be put together.
And yes, we are aware of the fact that he had a team after a certain point. But remember, that's after a certain point.
He's also an engineer.
Right. Like, literally, motherfuckers will have Dre come in just to engineer because, he got that ear.
From concept to release, Dre is involved in every aspect of.
Yes.
So I don't.
He's Rap's Quincy Jones, yo.
Yeah, I don't need you. I don't need your pen to be fire, my guy.
You're so talented.
Yeah,
we know you're so talented. We know that a large reason why this song sounds good is because you had a hand in it. So you're a producer. We don't give you the same restrictions and limitations as we give to a rapper because we feel because of the way rap came up that you're rapping your thoughts. This is you.
On top of that, he can rap.
Yeah,
it's not like he can't rap.
Yo,
I'm tripping. I will give him credit for one bar.
Mm-hmm.
Never let me slip, because if I slip, then I'm slipping. I'll give him credit for that one. I wholly believe in my heart. And here, down in here, I believe he wrote that one.
And reading what he wrote there, he wrote that. He wrote that. He wrote it. But my dude, you're so fucking talented. Yo, we see you as a god tier producer. Like, you don't. Yo, we never penalized you for not. Yo, plus your delivery. You have a dope delivery, and it took you a minute to get it because if you look at Dre's evolution of his delivery, it's yo, if you look at it, you look at it, express yourself. He delivered that certain type of way. It was a brighter vocal. When Ice Cube left,
look at California Love.
But when Ice Cube left, he tried to overcompensate and do Ice Cube. Had this affected ass thing on his voice where it sounded like he was out of breath. And then he slowly got into his thing with that. And then the Chronic. Do you listen to how he's delivering those bars? Come on, B. We're not gonna act like that his natural talent for knowing how tone and pitch work on a beat and matching his vocals to that is not a skill. Trust me, it's a skill because I work with enough rappers that can't do it. They can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, B. Nah. Nobody penalized you, Dre. Like, look, nobody. All the nobodies in Nobodyton. Dre, I wrote some rhymes. Come on, B. We're not holding that.
And then here comes me with the sticker. I'm sure you did. Let me back in the studio.
Yo, make me a beat, man. Yo, mix my shit for me.
Right. Like, what the fuck?
Like Crystal Master shit you do.
I don't care. Like, I hate when people make the argument that it shouldn't matter if rappers write their rhymes. I hate that argument.
I don't like that argument either.
But I'm not calling Dre a rapper. That's not his predominant position.
Dre is not a rapper. Dre has rapped on beats.
Dre is not a producer that raps well.
I would even go so far as to call him a performer producer. Yeah, he can perform. He does all, but nigga, you're a DJ. You do so much. Like, you're a DJ.
You do everything. Engineer. Like, come on now.
We know you talented, B. You ain't got to prove nothing else.
If I was going to call you anything first, it would be producer.
Yeah.
That's what I would put at the beginning of your name.
You ain't. As far as musical, I'm not talking about your personal character, but as far as musical, you are unassailable in that regard. Like, you don't need to prove nothing to nobody about how you grip that mic and it becomes millionaire. We don't need that from you
at all.
I want to hear you rap on the beat to somebody else's rap that they wrote.
That's it.
And the beat that you made, mixed, and mastered.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. That's all. Come on, Trey.
That's it. You ain't got to do all that other stuff.
You got to do all that. It's extra. That's extra.
Yeah, it is. All right. Let's have a little bit of fun. Maybe. We'll see how much fun it is. Because some of my answers will for sure surprise some of the people. All right. There's a black movie test floating around. That's too easy. Here's a black movie test to see if you're really dedicated to the cause. Let me just read the preamble. I know, I get it, I understand. I feel the same way, but it's fun. These things are fun, in theory. I love the internet, along with allowing Well, listen, stop. I love the internet. Along with allowing me to order shit off Amazon and it be at my doorstep before I hit place the order. There are also a tremendous number of tests, quizzes, and other things to pass the day. Which brings us to the point of today's sermon. In a word, Slack, a black movie test, was shared amongst the colleagues. Let's take a gander, a goose, if you will. Now, I don't know if at real_Josh Jones made up this list. I don't know anything about him. He might be a swell champ, but this list is interesting and curious for many reasons. Here are a few. Now, let's go over this list before we go over him tearing down the list. All right. Have you seen this movie? 1 point for each movie that you have seen. If you are listening in the chat, calculate along with me as I say the movies. I'm going to try to calculate mine too. You attempt to calculate yours. We ain't got to go into specifics of which movie you didn't see and all that other stuff. We're not here to shame you.
We just want the points, man.
We just want the points. That's it. We just want the points. All right. Friday. Boys in the Hood. Menace to Society. New Jack City. Juice. Don't Be a Menace. Training Day. Above the Rim. Paid in Full. Baby Boy. South Central. 8 Mile. Set It Off. City of God. Dead Presidents. Poetic Justice. ATL. You Got Served. Coach Carter. Belly. Waist Deep. Hustle and Flow. Get Rich or Die Trying. State Property. Straight Outta Compton. In Too Deep. Crooklyn. Four Brothers. Honey. He Got Game. Sugar Hill. Next Friday. Friday After Next. How High. 187. Love and Basketball. Moonlight. Freedom Writers. Fruitvale Station. Jason's Lyric. Malcolm. Why is there an S on Jason's? Anyway, Malcolm X. Selma.
Yeah, Jason's
Color.
Lyric. Wait, why is there an S on?
There should not be an S.
No, it shouldn't be an S.
The Color Purple. Girls Trip. Black Panther.
All right, let me do my counts.
What is your count? My count is 28.
33.
Okay. All right, now let's go through his breakdown. Number one, who stops at 47? If you can come up with 47, you can come up with 50. I feel like 47 is an omen.
This nigga is
Next
trash.
Next point. Several movies are very questionable as black movies.
Oh,
Training
yes.
Day, 8 Mile, Four Brothers, American Gangster, Honey, Freedom Writers. All have black people in them.
He needs to stop reading my mind, B.
They all have black people in them, but there are definitely more than just black leads. Hell, the poster for Freedom Writers highlights Hilary Swank and Patrick Dempsey. Them shits ain't black movies up in my house.
At all.
Is City of God really a black movie like the rest? Yeah, and what makes a black movie for these purposes? Like, if you don't include that movie, I think nothing of it. But since it's there, I has questions. Yes, he says I has.
He's a cat.
I has questions.
He's a cat. That's how cats talk.
Hey, I has questions.
Yo, everything I just said was wrong as fuck. That's how cats talk.
For instance, City of God is a Brazilian movie that is chock full of black people, much like Brazil. That's putting
fun fact: there are more black people in Brazil than in the United States. Continue.
Much like Brazil. That's like putting Nollywood films on this list. I feel like there's an American black movie theme going on here that City of God doesn't fit. Next point. This list of movies is too easy to be considered a true black movie test. You can fall on your remote and end up watching Coach Carter. I feel like a test should come with a level of difficulty. not just the list of movies that runs on TNT, TBS, and Aspire around the clock. Like, I'd never put a Tyler Perry movie on a black movie test. If you watch BT, you're watching Tyler Perry films as a rule at this point, or the Oval. All right, so since I feel like you can't criticize shit unless you're going to be the change you want to see, I decided to put together a list of 50 movies that I think are more challenging for purposes of doing a black movie test. Like, if you have seen some of these movies, it implies a dedication to the black movie, because it isn't necessarily required to see Malcolm X or Selma at this point. Also, for the record, I've seen every single movie in that tweet at least twice. Every single one. So here is a list of black movies that I think require you to be like, yeah, my family is watching black movies this weekend, to make sure Amazon Prime doesn't stop accepting films from cats like Murder Pain and all of the Southwest Detroit. Give yourself a point for each movie. And well, if you get 5 or more, consider yourself down for the cause. I don't know. You probably drink red Kool-Aid still. No judgment. I would if my wife would let me.
No.
Anyway, here's a slightly more challenging blackness test. Fight amongst yourselves. Okay, so let's do the same thing with this list.
Okay.
If you have seen the movie, give yourself a point. Here we go. The Gospel, The Under Shepherd, Who Made the Potato Salad, Plug Love, Trippin', House Party, only if you've seen all 4. The Wood, The 5 Heartbeats, The Temptations, Cooley High, Hollywood Shuffle, Meteor Man, Roll Bounce, Stomp the Yard, Drumline, The Great Debaters, Held Up, Love Jones, Aquila and the Bee, Cool Runnings, Deliver Us from Eva, Just Right, Baby Boy, One Night in Miami, Beyond the Lights, 3 Can Play That Game, Foolish, First Sunday, Posse, Black Coffee, 35 and Ticking, South Central, New Jersey Drive, Panther, Dysfunctional Friends, The Man in 3B, Undercover Brother, Paid in Full, The Preacher's Wife, Jingle Jangle, Harlem Nights, Friday After Next, You Got Served, Breaking All the Rules, Idlewild, Talk to Me, Belly, Tracy Townsend, New Jack City, and Almost Christmas.
I got my number.
What is your number?
17.
That is my number as well. That's funny. That is hilarious. How the hell did we end up with the same
I'm not sure,
number?
Yeah,
Wow.
It says some of the stuff I heard of it, but wasn't interested in it. Yeah,
some of this shit I've never heard of. I ain't gonna hold
Oh, no, it's a few that I haven't heard of.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to say,
I have that I wasn't interested in. I remember when it came out. Nope.
Some of this shit I ain't never even heard of.
I'm not.
I don't even know who you are.
You are. Like, no, I wasn't going to see Almost Christmas. I just wasn't.
There was no way I was going to go see that movie. No, it just wasn't a thing. It didn't exist.
Yeah.
Let me see. What the fuck is Black Coffee? That sounds like way too vague of a name.
I've heard of it, but
I'm not watching a movie called Plug Love.
No,
I'm not watching a movie called Who Made the Potato Salad. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I don't care who is in it and who made the potato. First of all, I don't even like potato salad. So, like, what are we doing here? Like,
that's probably not even a black movie. I bet it was raisins in it.
You stupid. But yeah, like,
interesting.
Interesting. He at least acknowledged that it was a harder list.
Yeah, he
said if you get 5 of these, then
you demand this shit, I guess. But
yeah, I mean,
I got 17. What you want from me?
Yeah, I'm at 17. I'm past my 5, so I guess I can stay black. I mean, I guess that's my prize. You can stay black if you got more than 5, apparently.
I mean, I'm very finicky about like movies from as far as the interest that it, like, you literally have to, okay, long before I ain't talking just trailer. I mean premise. Sometimes you hear about, they doing a movie about sunset. Oh yeah, okay, it sounds interesting. That's how finicky I am. Like from the door, if it doesn't sound like a premise I'm interested in,
yo,
I'm not.
I ain't gonna hold you. This is an attribute from my past.
Mm-hmm.
The result has remained. The reason has changed. But before, when I hear black movie, I generally decide, nah, I don't think I will.
Yo, you do a Steve Rogers?
Listen, yo, because of the trash that we tend to put out. Like it's
but that was more in the past than it is now.
Right. And that's why I said
that has to do with greater access.
Yes, absolutely. See, the result is the same, but the reason is different.
Yeah.
The result is the same for me now because y'all niggas wanted to talk about fucking slaves and us being killed.
I don't want to talk about that anymore.
I have no desire.
Not in any way that I don't feel is productive. I don't like black murder porn. I don't like black oppression porn. I don't like that shit because I get an attitude and I don't like feeling like that. Like I have enough rage in me already about all of that shit where I don't need to constantly refill my cup with it till it's overflowing with that shit. I don't need that. So unless it's a different spin on it that you did that sounds interesting, I'm typically not going to watch it. Because
Eddie.
What's up, Eddie? Also, I want us, and I see a lot more of us doing it now, especially on Netflix. Can we do some more sci-fis? Can we do some more other genres? It shouldn't be just the chitlin.
Black movies shouldn't be the genre.
Right.
Thank you.
That should not be the genre, yo.
That helps me better explain what I mean when I said it earlier. Black movie was a genre for a long time. Those movies are typically trash.
Can we do
I generally hate those movies.
Can we do spy movies? Give me you're right. The black movie, especially in 2021, should not be the genre.
Right.
That shouldn't be that's it, Napalm. Black trauma. I'm not in the black trauma porn anymore, y'all. Look, I don't need to raid. If that's what you're trying to do, I am very well schooled.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm very well schooled on that.
I don't need any more information.
Here's the thing. That's you and I are different in that regard because I read all this shit all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit there in my entertainment and be I'm not.
Listen, and Addie can prove this. Addie's here. Tim can prove this in the group chat.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all start talking about a new instance of this black person getting done wrong or new evidence of this white person being trans, where do I be? Silent.
Yep.
Because I don't need it. I don't need it. So for you to put this in my movies, I'm
going to be entertained.
Need it.
Though. I'm going to be. I need the movies is an escape for me, which is why I like so much of the fantasy, superhero, sci-fi shit that it's not likely to be a thing in real life. I like that sort of shit because it's an escape.
Yeah.
Like, how many times you get to escape this and you don't? So I'm already like, I got family members I hadn't heard from, older uncles, aunts, my mom, my grandparents that told me their stories. There's documentary I've watched. I went through that stage in my life. I went through that where I was just consuming. I would literally walk around with a Walkman with Malcolm X speeches in the Walkman. I remember the tape I had was red, black, and green colored. Like I did my due diligence. I did it. I'm not like one of these dumb, ignorant. I'm not. No, I am aware of it. So when I go to watch these movies, I want to see if Sam gonna throw that shield and make it look convincing. I want to see some lightning bolts coming down from. I want to because
hold up. I gotta fuss at Eddie, not at with. You think it's ass. I hate echo chambers in general. There are 4 of us in this group chat. What am I going to say that the three of you are not going to say about any of these topics? Just realistically, what am I going to say that one of the three of you is not going to already have covered? What am I going to actually contribute to the conversation with?
No, here's the thing, because I understand you both on that. Eddie, like me, in around 2011 and on, we was on this knowledge for the sake of knowledge.
Thanks.
And a lot of that, I get some a lot from my grandfather too. Knowledge for the sake of knowledge stuff. So for Eddie, he's like, you don't want to learn this? I get it. But on the other hand, I get what SPJ is saying because I'm schooled. I know it. I already know it. Trust me, I believe it's trash. I believe it's trash.
You're telling me something where the common denominator is some racist white person ain't shit.
No, Cyrus said, I say calling Tune trash, but that's covered.
No, that's absolutely. No, I show up for that.
Yeah, he showed.
I show up for that.
Cyrus, every time.
Yo, the last exchange
every
about
time.
What the fuck is he talking about?
I don't know.
Oh, if Maryland Man was going to become a thing.
Oh yeah.
As long as you are in this state, chances are, my guy.
So you saying You saying in roughly 8 years is going to be Belizean Man?
Hey, listen, my guy. Listen. It's coming. It's coming for you.
It's a thing.
And as long as you are here, the possibility exists that Maryland Man. Look. Addie left Florida, and Florida Man is still a thing.
Well, I would argue that he started Florida.
I'm not gonna disagree. I'm fairly certain that Adequate had a decent part in Florida Man becoming a thing. It just is what it is.
I think he's actually the original.
He's the outbreak monkey.
I didn't hear anything about Florida Man until I met Addie.
Me neither.
I'm just saying.
Me neither.
Until
I started getting acquainted with my almost namesake, I did not hear Florida Man. Wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Then I started talking to Eddie.
And all of a sudden,
every fucking week, Florida Man.
And mind you, when you met Eddie, I don't think he was living in Florida anymore.
No, he wasn't. He was gone already.
When I met Eddie, he was still living in Florida, and that's when I started seeing all the Florida Man shit. I'm just saying. I listen.
I'm saying there are millions of people in this country that walk around every day and confuse correlation with causation. Why can't I do it this once?
Yo, see, that's what I do. Like, you know how people run around here all day operating off a headcanon. I try to stay as close to most of the time the facts that I can prove as I can. But every so often,
let me relax.
Headcanon.
Let me relax. I don't need I need to have the
Nate Pop said not only is Clark, he's the president.
Some things you just can't debate, my guy.
Yeah, it's headcanon.
That's one of those. It's headcanon. I don't get. He is Florida. Yo. So we working on his next EP. I know he has a plan for the name. Fuck that. It's gonna be Florida Man. Florida Man.
Yo, and now I'm hearing just these little faint whispers. A South Carolinian man.
That's out there. Listen,
I ain't never hear that until he.
Listen,
just saying.
He done spread his roots now, and god damn it, now I'm starting to hear South Carolinian man. Like, what are we doing?
Listen,
what are we doing?
I don't know. Like, Florida man is cute. Florida man is cute.
You'll say I approve Poem's message. That's funny. Yeah, the whole black movie thing. Like I said, there was a point in time where black movie genre was trash. Now we've gotten to the point where the access has improved, the resources have improved, the willingness has improved. Right. And now, and I get it, I'm not knocking them for doing it, but they want to sell us our own trauma. And
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I already have it. Why are you selling me something I already got?
I listen. Like I said, like you said, when there's an interesting twist, I'll consider it. Like I watched that joint.
Yes, when it's a twist on
Two
it,
Distant Strangers. Two Distant Strangers. And I guessed correctly ahead of time before it was confirmed that the title was based on the Tupac song Changes,
right.
which makes tracks. Because in the thing, I don't even know what to call it because it's only a half hour. I don't want to call it a movie,
right.
But it's they play the song that Changes was sampled from.
Yes.
So that confirmed it for me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is what that is. I'm like, because two distant strangers. What the fuck? Why? Where have I heard that? And I'm like, oh, Changes, Tupac. All right, bet. And then when he leaves the girl's apartment for the first time, yeah,
right.
I'm like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I get it. It all makes sense. And
so
then
you had heard both. You heard both songs before in their original form, right?
No, I had never heard that.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I had never heard that one. I had never heard the song that it was
the original song. Oh, yeah, damn, yeah. See, that's why it hit different for me when I first heard it because I actually had the album that Changes song is on. He had another hit off that same album. I think it's Mandolin Rain. But the shit was dope the way whoever produced that beat for Pac, it was dope the way he used that.
Yes, absolutely. I was like, oh, this makes sense. Because I've been on that recently because I've been making beats. Because I produce. So I've been paying a lot of attention recently to the things that certain people have done to transform samples just to fuck with it and see how I feel about specific transitions and all of that other good stuff. So watching that movie and then hearing that, I was like, oh, this is fucking genius. This is amazing. I'm happy about this. But the movie confused the fuck out. Again, it was heading to a place that I understood and I got. And then there was a twist and I was left having confusion. Right. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody just in case they decide they want to watch it. Because again, I feel like even if I give the premise, it'll kind of spoil it because it's only a 30-minute thing.
Right.
It won a Oscar for something. I don't remember what category it was nominated for, but so that's really what made me end up watching it. Because like I said, I was on the fence about it. And then when I saw that it won an Oscar, I was like, okay, we won another Oscar. Shit, let me go ahead and check the shit out. Right. Actually, I can't give a premise. It's basically Groundhog Day, but instead there's only one thing that keeps happening. There are different ways that it keeps happening, but there's only one thing keeps happening, and that thing is the black guy gets killed by a police officer. But again,
my favorite version of that trope is from the Supernatural series, where Dean kept getting killed every Wednesday. Every day when Sam went to sleep, Dean, he would wake up, it's Wednesday, and no matter what he did, he could not stop Dean from getting killed, and he died in a different way. Every time he changed something, he would die in a different way, but he was going to die. I thought that was dope. But
all right, you know what? Fuck this. Anybody that hasn't seen this thing and B has an issue with spoilers, you might want to leave.
Oh shit!
Because I have to talk about the shit now. So basically, this guy wakes up in the bed of a woman that he just had sex with for the first time.
Right.
I believe they like recently started dealing with each other. So I'm not giving a beat for beat. That's not what this is.
Right.
So basically they do flirty stuff. What happens when you wake up in the morning from having sex, that stuff. And he leaves. The premise is he's trying to get home to his dog. because his dog, he's generally people that have one pet tend to have a close relationship with them, especially if it's a dog or a cat.
Just not relatable.
Shut the fuck up. Lying ass motherfucker. God damn it. So you got this motherfucker walking around with a whole bodyguard talking about it's not related. Anyway, so he leaves her house. He steps outside. There's a guy coming in the building he's coming out of. He opens the door for him. Mm-hmm. He comes out and he's like, hey.
Thanks for stopping by, Ken. Appreciate you.
He's like, he stops on like, I don't know if they're like, you remember them little newspaper things where you go to them, you open them up, you pull out a paper. Mm-hmm. They kind of shape like a mailbox, and
yeah,
it's a row of things in that shape. And he puts his bag on there. He goes to pull out a cigarette, which may or may not be weed.
It's weed. It's a black movie, right?
Stop that. May or may not be weed. And this first time when he pulls it out,
Betty said, "We see right through you too."
That's funny. When he pulls it out, a wad of cash falls out. So he doesn't notice it. He closes his bag up.
He doesn't notice a wad of cash?
No. He goes to back up. He bumps into somebody walking down the street. They have coffee in their hand. He knocks their coffee on their shirt. The shirt is new. They're complaining about that. They're going.
Oh, this is black coffee.
Shut up. They're going back and forth a little bit. Police officer sees, hey, what's going on? Nothing. The guy walks away. Like, he's like, nothing. Everything's fine. So he's like, what's that you smoking? I don't. Is that just a cigarette?
First of all, how old is this movie?
It just came out.
Where he live at?
New York.
Oh, yeah, that might be a thing.
Yeah. He's like, what you smoking? He's like, it's just a cigarette. He's like, oh, really?
I'm smoking on an officer pack.
Then he sees the money. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, so you got this money from selling those cigarettes? Or something to that effect. So scuffle ensues. He ends up, I think, he chokes him out. That's obviously Eric Garner.
His mom is ass.
That's obviously Eric Garner. That's what
right.
That is.
Right.
He wakes up. So he comes out again. He walks out. He avoids. He takes the money when he opens the book bag. He takes the money and puts it in his pocket. Mm-hmm. When he goes to back up, he remembers that he hit the dude. He stops. He almost hits him, but doesn't knock his coffee over.
Right.
The guy's like, oh, thanks, man. This is a new shirt. I didn't want to, mess it up, blah, 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 blah. He goes on about his business. Police officer still comes over.
Of course he does.
And I can't remember the exact details of that particular scuffle. It ends in him shooting him.
Wow.
He wakes up. Now he explains, I think he starts to explain to the girl what happened. So then we get montage of him waking up, going outside, trying to find a way to not end up in a scenario and getting killed. Waking up, montage. So one time he comes out, and when he comes out, one time he wakes up and decides, I'm not leaving this fucking apartment. SWAT team comes to the door. That police officer is among the SWAT team. Of course he is. That police officer is among the SWAT team.
Of course he is.
And again, he shoots him. So he's like, what the fuck? So he gets up, wakes up, comes outside, finds the police officer, tries to talk to him. I think, and I'm not going to remember all of them because it didn't show it this many times, but in total, it happened 100 times. It didn't show 100 of instances, but
right.
So this time he goes and talks to the police officer, and the way that he convinces him not to kill him is that That's funny because that's kind of what this is in a way. Anyway, so he talks to him, and the way that he convinces him to like not even bother him, because we're being led to believe that the police's intention is not to kill him from the offset. He's not hunting this guy.
I don't believe him.
We'll get to that at the end. Okay. So the way that he convinces him not to fuck with him this time is he tells him shit that's about to happen before it happens, and he points it out.
Sam did that too.
Right. So he's like, all right, so you understand like what's going on. He's like, all right, yeah, I do believe you, because what the fuck? How else would you be able to do these things? He walks away from the police officer, turns the corner. 2 black guys run by him. Sirens go up. He's like, God damn it. You hear a different police officer. Hey, you, put your hands up.
What you smoking on?
That police officer shoots.
Of course he does.
So he's like, what the fuck, bro? So he comes out again, goes through the whole thing with the police officer, telling him what's going on. He's like, look, you keep killing me. I don't appreciate the fact that you keep killing me.
Whoa. He said he doesn't.
Something to that effect. The understatement of the so he's like, all right. The officer's like, okay, what do you want? He's like, yo, because he's seen this before. He's reached the point where he's reasoned with this police officer, and it seemed to be fine. So he's like, can you just take me home? Like, at this point, like, I'm tired. I just want to get to my dog, and I'd rather you not kill me.
And he goes there and he kills the man's dog. These motherfuckers ain't
He's stupid. So they ride home, and on the ride home, they're going over the this world is racist, this world is not racist shit. You know,
right?
The back and forth conversation.
Oh, the Tim Scott conversation.
That's funny. One of the things that the police officer said, he asked the police officer, like, why'd you become a police officer? And the police officer, well, I was always bullied when I was a kid. And he
one
was
time.
Like, oh, so
one time. Yeah.
He was like, oh, so you decided to become a bully. And he was like, no, I wanted to stop the bullies and blah, blah, blah. That whole argument. Yo, like I said, I see, like I said, I see where it's going. It's leading to a place that makes sense for me.
Yeah. But one time in his life, he
listen.
One time.
So they get to his place, and they seem to have made some type of traction as far as their respective mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
He shakes his hand. Dude starts walking towards his building. It cuts to the dog. For some reason, because the dog is a very important part of the story, because that's the motivation of the entire story. He's trying to get onto his dog.
Right.
This motherfucker standing in front of the cop car. He looks around. He puts his arms out. It's really performative. Raises them above his head. Starts clapping. And it's like, what the fuck? And he's like, you almost did it. You almost made it home.
Then he shot his dumb ass.
He shot his ass again. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Like I said, it was on purpose. He was hunting that dude. Look.
Yes, that's what he in this speech, he basically says, he basically admits as such.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. I have so many parts of confusion, and then it goes with the tribute to the, you know, all the black people that have been slain by police and all this other type of stuff. And it's like,
right.
I'm not quite sure what message you're trying to put. I'm not exactly sure.
It seems to me, just from that, there may be several different ones.
Yes.
That are all under the same theme. You know, like for instance, feigning not knowing. Just things just happen, and I didn't set out to kill. Things just happen. That bullshit we see, which is not me saying that every single time that's what it is. That's me saying that I refuse to believe that if you go to, like, if I was still working at Phillips Seafood, right, and I can't tell these people running sanitation, Palm his ass. I hate Palm. Like, I can't go to them and tell them that my intentions isn't to poison someone and poison the crab meat if every single time I go to work I pour a cleaning solution in a tub of crab meat. Like, you doing it every time, B? Every time, all of them, each of them, and you think that I'm supposed to believe that this is you think that of me? I am the okay. Just saying.
I did that wrong. Yeah, so like, I really, if anybody has the spare extra 30 minutes, check it out. It's an interesting.
It's on Netflix or YouTube?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's
I didn't know you could get away with doing 30-minute things on.
Right. That's what I was thinking. That's why I remember every time I referenced it before, I kept calling it a movie.
Right.
But then it's like, what? I don't even know if I can. Yeah, it's like 32 minutes.
I don't know,
including credits.
I don't know what you could actually call it. Like, I don't know. Yeah. There has been named for it. It's not a movie. Well,
is it even a short film? Like,
short film, I think you can get away with that because Cyrus and I did a whole episode of Metas and Mutants on comic book little fan film things, right? The one where Thomas Jane did the Punisher one, that's under 30 minutes. And that's referred to as a fan film, short film, right? So technically, I didn't know Netflix was that diverse as far as our format was concerned about what they allowed up on their platform. That's kind of dope, though.
Yo, the things that I like about it is that it doesn't really do cliches and tropes, really, like in this particular piece. Like, it doesn't. I mean, I guess it doesn't really have time to.
It's 30 minutes.
Those things. Yeah, 30 minutes. So
they gotta literally do a first act, a second act, and a third act in 30 minutes, which is not impossible. But
but nigga, I think, I don't know. I think that might be the things that I like about it, because it immediately has to trim the fat. Because
Cyrus is a good point. Cyrus says Netflix has a couple of shorts, but it's not common. Kung Fury is on there at like 40 minutes. I didn't even know that was only 40 minutes when I watched that. It's so ridiculous. Kung Fury, listen, it is simultaneously the most ridiculous, on purpose ridiculous, and epic shit. Like, yo, it's so much. It's so many ridiculous things that happen in this film that I can't even really tell you which one is my favorite, because it's just
funny.
It starts off, you know, that they're there to be absurd. They are demonstrating absurdity by being absurd, right? Which is one of my favorite things in the world to do.
Well, clearly,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you just demonstrate absurdity.
You didn't have to say that.
Shoot,
I promise you did. There was no reason for you to mention that point. Like, we knew.
But yeah, like, I didn't realize they should do more of that, because we could probably get away with something like that. You got to have the right type of cameras. They do have a list of cameras that you absolutely have to have. But if I'm not mistaken, one of Shafir's cameras is on that list. So
shit, I'm fairly certain my camera.
Yeah, come on, I got to look at it again, because I know they revise it as new cameras and shit come out. But there's a certain list. Shut up, Napalm. There's a certain list of cameras that I saw 2 years ago. So I'm fairly certain with the release of newer cameras that fit that same, criteria, they probably revised the list or whatever. But yeah, man. So I think that's it for us today.
Probably.
I want to thank everybody that took the time out to once again enjoy Saturday morning cartoons. It's a thing again. And you know, the people I would like to get the most credit for that is me and SBJ. We brought back Saturday mornings. I mean, look, just is what it is. I'm just gonna.
You want to be so on the nose about it.
Sometimes you just have to acknowledge and celebrate your wins. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I'm going to watch it.
Seen that yet.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it. I got 2 weeks left. I'm gonna watch. I'm probably going to watch it this week.
For those of you that are listening on Spotify or whatever, Cyrus the Virus asked him if he had saw the Snyder Cut, which he has not. It'd be interesting. Because I want you to watch it and then read.
Oh no, we're gonna talk about it.
Cyrus's.
We're gonna talk about it on here.
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about it on here.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably this coming Saturday.
They both said he's used to being told to shut up, Napalm. Yo, I'm gonna get a shirt, a Black Coffee shirt. Shut up, Napalm.
Oh God!
Shut up, Napalm. Wait till this smirk gonna be on point. Watch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate y'all for showing up. Appreciate y'all for commenting and being silly and just having a good time with us on a Saturday morning. We have a lot of stuff that we need to do. Today got a big meeting today, so we're gonna get ourselves prepared for that. So for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out. Peace.